Hello and welcome to the weekly outlook by Adam Woods. First of all, we've got the economic calendar in front of us here, and we're going to start looking at the week ahead. Going from Monday, we haven't got very much happening on Monday. We've got a little bit of data out on the euro. We're just going to be watching this. Already in the euro for a long trade. As from Friday, we got in at 135.20. It's pulled back to its support there at 135.500, just a little bit below, and it's now come back up above there. So we're just looking to digest the data here, but what we're looking for is where we've got these, we've got the previous alerts here, and we've got the expected alert. As long as the data that comes out is better than the previous, it doesn't have to be much better, but just slightly better than the previous, then we should start to see this euro pulling back up to the 138 and heading back towards the 14,000 mark. So that's what we're looking for in the euro this week. Not looking to trade these alerts as such, just looking for the data that comes out. The first one we're going to be looking at trading is the Aussie dollar. We've got RBA Governor Stephen speaks at 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Now the Aussie at the moment is still capped by the 9,500 level, but it is the Royal Bank of Australia has had a slightly more neutral to a little bit of a dovish twinge in their tone recently, which has caused the Aussie to sort of fall a little bit down to the 9,330, 9,300 level. I will be looking for some spikes up to around about 9,420, 9,445, but expecting this to stay below 9,500. So I'm looking to get as close to that as possible to take sell positions. Okay, the next major alert we've got is at 130 on the US dollar. Again, the US dollar is a fairly neutral currency still, so I'm not really looking to make any particular trades on this, but it could give us some spikes in directions on some of the other currencies, which might help us get in there if we're not already in. But as you can see, the data here is expected to be a little bit weaker, so it could cause things like the euro US dollar to make a further rally, and also the Aussie US dollar to rally up a little bit. But it will then be short term, and it will come back to the price that it was previously at before the alert. Again, we've got the US dollar existing home sales at 3 o'clock on the Tuesday, 22nd, is expected to be slightly better. Same sort of thing here again. This will probably just give us a little bit of a push in the direction that strengthens the US dollar, but it shouldn't last very long. It should return back to the price previous. Okay, so just make sure that you've got stop losses which can incorporate these little moves backwards and forwards. Okay, on Wednesday, 23rd, we've got the Aussie dollar CPI quarter on quarter. This is expected to be slightly lower, so we should see the Aussie dollar drop against the US dollar, but hopefully we should already be in this trade from Tuesday morning when RBA Governor Stephen speaks, so hopefully it will just give us a further extension on our profits on that one. Okay, then at 9:30 on Wednesday, we've got the MPC official bank rate votes. What we're looking for here is we're looking for the votes to be split, i.e. some of the candidates are going to be wanting to see interest rates earlier. If they all vote together to be unanimous to have them the rate hike at the period first established in 2015, then I should imagine the pound, depending on where the pound is, will depend on whether it rallies up or whether it drops back down. We're looking for it to be around the fair price, which is 17,000. Okay, if it's below that and the MPC official bank rate votes come out as unanimous, it will probably rally back up to 17,000. If it's above the 17,000 mark and the MPC votes come out as unanimous, then it will possibly drop below 17,000. However, if the votes are split and there's some of the candidates wanting to see an interest rate hike this year, then we should see the pound rally back up to the 17200s levels. Okay, and then we've got 12:45. We've got Governor Carney speaks. He'll reiterate on what's come out about the vote, etc., etc. I expect to see a bit of a hawkish tone from him and a bit of a rally up as well. On the Canadian core retail sales at 1:30, are looking to get back into this US dollar Canadian trade. This is expected to be lower than previous, so we should see the US dollar strengthen against the Canadian. At the moment, it's not a bad price where it is currently, so we'll be looking for entry levels around about 107.20, as close to 107 as we can get, and looking for rallies back up to the 108 level. Okay, the big one on Wednesday evening, we've got the New Zealand official cash rate. At the moment, this isn't at a bad place to buy this. Okay, we're expecting the cash rate to go up from 3.25 to 3.5. I would expect to start seeing this New Zealand dollar start to rally up next week. Okay, it would be a good idea to get into that as close to the price where it is at the moment, If we can get a little bit further, a little bit lower, around about the 8760 mark, then great, but I think you're going to find that difficult, and it's going to start rallying back up to 850, 8860 next week, so I'll be looking to get into that as soon as possible. Thursday we've got Chinese data out, expected to be better than previous. This could well affect the Aussie dollar and may cause it to rally back up. So if you're in that Aussie dollar from the Tuesday, then at this time I'll be looking to take some profits on that before it gets before that changes direction. 8 o'clock we've got the euro. Again, this is another one we should already be in, and this should help our trade push up with better data coming out on the euro. You can see there we've got slightly higher PMI expected on the French flash manufacturing. Again on the German as well, very slightly, but it's still slightly higher than previous. Okay, we've got a couple on Thursday at 9:30 AM. We've also got the retail sales on the pound, expected to be better than previous. Again, we should already be in this trade by now, and we'll just be looking for that to push up. Unemployment claims and new home sales on the US dollar in the afternoon. I'm not looking to trade those in particular. Again, still looking at the US dollar as a neutral currency, and these will just cause spikes in the direction depending on whether the US dollar comes out strong or weak, but then should return back to its price after that. On Friday, we've got the New Zealand dollar ANZ business confidence. Again, we possibly could still be in this trade by then, and we'd just be looking for a further boost into the profit margin, or we could be looking to take profit if it starts to come out as bad news. 9 AM, we've got the euro. Again, German info business climate on the euro. Still looking for this euro at this point to be rallying up to 138, and we'll be holding that position throughout that alert. At 9:30 on Friday, we've got the prelim GDP quarter on quarter on the pound, expected to stay the same, and we should just see slight fluctuations in the currency here. Nothing really changing overall. 1:30, we've got the core durable goods, expected to be better on the US dollar. This could cause some of our currencies that we're trading at this time, the euro US dollar, the pound US dollar, to pull back slightly, but I do expect them to return to the bullish trend after the alert has gone through. Okay, that's about it for really. Don't forget, if you subscribe to the Forex Inferno Plus system, which you can find under the manual trading tab on this website, then you will get the full weekly outlook, which shows you the charts, exactly the prices that I'm looking to get into, and goes through the technical analysis as well. Okay, so subscribe to that if you like. If not, you can just read the weekly analysis, which is below, and pick the cherries for yourselves. Okay, thanks very much.